Hello everyone, so welcome to the demonstration for how to create a simple MVVM application. So today we are going to focus on how to create a very simple MVVM application used with WPF. So before you know going forward how to create a MVVM application, we just want to clarify a few things here. Mainly we'll be doing the hands-on, and I'm just going to give you a very brief introduction what exactly is MVVM. So MVVM stand for model view model. So let's have a look using the paint. So how exactly whenever we are talking about like model view model, so what exactly are those things? So whenever we are, let's start with M, or what is a model? So model is nothing but how do we want to structure our data. We are going to get our data from a database, we might get our data from CSV files, we might get our data from a web web server. We can get data from all different sources. So how exactly you are going to organize it, in which format we are going to have our data? So in model mainly we are going to have properties, like how I'll say, we can have string, uh, we can have int, or we can have what else, string int, then we can have also double values. I mean, our model will have this kind of structure. So what is going to happen? So model will have this structure, and we are going to populate the model using some kind of service. you know I mean, there will be a service which is going to update our model. Okay, so there will be if we want to update our model, then we are going to use some kind of service. So we are going to see everything in action. Just keep this in things in mind, so it will help. So this is our model, how we're going to structure our data. The model is going to be updated by using a service. Okay, so let's now, once we have the model, so we want our view. Okay, we want our view to just give me a moment please. Okay, so once we have our model ready, we are going to display, we have the data in our hand. So model will have all the data. Now what we're going to do with the data, it need to be represented somewhere. So we have the view. Okay, so we have the view. So whenever we have the data, now our model will give the data to view, and view will do is going to present our data. So in our case, our view will be a YAML. I mean, it's very difficult, let me just type it out. God, here's selection tool. We'll just delete this one. Yeah, so it's, in our case, our view is nothing but a YAML. So whatever data we are going to have from our model, it is going to be updated in the YAML. Alright, so we have our model. The model is going to talk to the service and get the data. Once it gets the data, it's going to say to the view, to the YAML, okay, I got some data, now you take it, and it's up to you how you're going to format it. Alright, so this is the relationship between view and view and model. Alright, so what's next? Now view has all the data. View can have some kind of buttons, it can have list box. Now whenever there is some kind of action, or let's say some kind of input, so clicking a button is an input action, changing a list box is an input action, so this can happen, right? So how those things are going to be handled? So this is going to be handled by our view model. Okay, once again, so this time things are going to be handled by our view model. Okay, so our view model is completely responsible for getting the commands from YAML and send a response back to the YAML or to the view. So it can do some kind of action. It can call the method and update the values. So this is what our view model is going to do. So in a whole, when we are talking about MVVM, this is it. So we have a model which will have the data structure. We'll have a view which is going to be YAML in our WPF case, and in this sample we are going to demonstrate, and we are going to have a view model which will be having the logic to handle input actions like button click or selection chains, any kind of action. So this is what is MVVM. Okay, so how we are going to, this is a concept. I know there are better explanation on the way, we can go ahead and read it, but here what we are going to do, we are going to create a simple application using MVVM, very small application, but this will give you a this will give a starting point. How if you are really struggling to create a MVVM simple MVVM application, then this will help you out. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so I have already created a sample MVVM solution. This is a blank solution. I have not added anything to it right now, so we'll start fresh. Okay, so first of all, let's create 3 folders. We'll call them as view, then model, then view model. Okay, so as we have already seen, sorry, I have closed the MS Paint, so we have to just recall it back. So our view will have the UI. So let's, in this case, our main windows.yaml, so let's drag it and move it back to the view. Okay, it's taking up some time. So after it is being transferred to the view folder, we'll just try to build it and run it. So we'll just see everything is fine. So we will all start it right now. Yeah, this is a little bit slow. I don't have a very robust machine at this moment. Maybe I will just upgrade. I'm just doing everything on my virtual machine, so yeah, it's taking a bit of time. Please bear with me. Wow. Okay, we will all succeeded, not a problem. We'll just try to run it then and see. Well, I think we are going to get an error here. So what exactly it is saying? It's saying cannot locate resource main window.yaml. So this must have to do something with we have moved our main window.yaml to the view folder. Okay, so let's break the code. No point in continuing. So where exactly it's breaking? It must be inside the app.yaml. Okay, so let's go to the app.yaml. Yes, I think we have to change the startup URI. and give view slash this, run it now. We'll succeeded. Our application should run now. Yep, it's starting fine. So we're done. We're done with the launching of the application. Initial setup is fine. So we created 3 folders: view, view model, and our model, right? So let's start with view model, because this is going to take the inputs. Whenever we are going to click anything or want to do any kind of action, so that is being handled by our view model. So what is the view model? What exactly is the view model? View model is going to execute commands for us. So let's understand that. If you are familiar with MVC, then view model is nothing but the controller. So let's start creating a view model. Inside the view model, we will be what exactly we're going to create. So let's create a few few things, few commands which can be executed, which can be bound to the YAML buttons. So how exactly we are going to do that? Before going to the view model, we have to understand how in WPF or using MVVM we are going to execute our what do you call commands. For that we have to use the command manager, or we can say we are going to use commander user pattern. I'm sorry, I'm not exactly, I think it's command manager, I think it's command pattern. So using that WPF or MVVM, we are going to use that pattern to create our commands. So we will be creating another folder for that command manager. So we'll just add another folder. We'll say this command manager, okay, and we are going to add a class to it. So we'll just name it as relay command, okay. So this relay command will get it, will be derived from interface called I command. Okay, man. Okay, so we are just going to resolve it. It's using system.windows input, and let's say implement I command interface. So this is just a interface. So before going ahead, here we are going to, in this relay command, whenever we are getting it from I command interface, we are going to use 2 kinds of delegates. One is predicate, and the other one is action, okay. So if you are not very sure what exactly is the action delegate or what exactly is the predicate delegate, I just want to give a hint here. And C#, I think 3.5 onwards, we have 3 kind of delegates, built-in delegates. That is very handy with LinkQ or Lambda expressions, or you're going to do implement any kind of interface. So this is really going to be very handy. Those are action, and the other one is func, and the third one is predicate. So action delegate, func delegate, and predicate delegate, okay. These are the 3 kind of delegates we are having in I think C# 3.5 onwards. So if you're not sure, you really need to understand if you want to go ahead with this. If you are not sure what exactly is this, please check it back. We have another video for this. What are the action, func, and predicate delegates? Go back, take some time, clarify those delegates and come back here, because it is really going to help. So I'm not going to explain all these two delegates here. If you want, just watch back and come back here, and will be good. So right now I'm just going to take two instances of our for can execute. As you can see, can execute is returning a bool, and it is taking a parameter, so we can say this is a func delegate. Okay, so I will just say func, and sorry, this is a predicate. I'm sorry, whenever it is returning a bool, it's a predicate, not a func. Okay, so func, so it's asking input parameter. Here our input parameter is object, so I will just say object. Okay, and I will say underscore can